Oh, it does? Okay, enough.
Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is 49 and I will be your community shoutcaster for the OUSA Dota League Season 1. Right now I'm currently casting a practice match between Forces of the Apocalypse and a random 5-stack.
Oh, it does? Okay, enough.
So currently, alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is 49 and I will be your community shoutcaster for the OUSA. So a little bit about the team. The Horsemen of the Apocalypse is made up of two former members of the team, Jamie please. We have Kin Killer, formerly playing with Gats last year. We have Dumbledy, otherwise known as Tommy. And Rafiki, who is currently formerly known as Jamie. UGTFO, who I believe is their support player, and Gats is their offlaner. It's a bit fucking boring that you assholes decided to do AP instead of fucking CM, but we'll see what we can do. Alrighty, so let's see what we've got here. So over on the side of the Radiant, we have Ember Spirit, Crystal Maiden, Shadow Demon, Windrunner, and we're waiting on the fifth pick. So it looks like an Ember Spirit mid, Razor tri-lane with Crystal Maiden and a Shadow Demon, and a Windrunner off-lane. On the side of the Dire, we have what appears to be Zeus mid, Slark possibly for the off-lane, maybe with Lich support. We've also got the Luna, Lich and Dazzle, so really strong teamfight combination coming up there. Might be a Dazzle babysitting the Luna, good defensive pro lane. Looks like he's going to the bottom lane, never mind that, so he's going with the Slark. Bit of trash talk coming out there from King Peggy, and looks like a Luna and a Lich dual lane. Gats is moving up and leaving has the wards for the team. He'll be looking to block off the easy camp pull. Another option that I see a lot of players doing recently is warding over there to get vision, so instead of blocking the pull, they aim simply to stay alive. This works especially well with offlaners such as Sniper, who rely not so much on disrupting the pull, but rather just on staying alive and reaching the XP. And so it looks like the Dazzle has abandoned Slark on the offlane. Slark's operating on his own. So he's got the first point up from the pounce. With the self shield and the regen, he should be able to be pretty tricky to kill. Oh, looks like a bit of an accidental pounce there. And so we've got Rafiki hiding off on the sides of the Crystal Maiden, Dumbledy leading the front as the Razor. It's a really strong aggressive kill lane. You've got the Frost Nova into Disruption, followed up by the Static Blink, and the Plasma Field of Kill. Over in the mid lane, things are looking pretty standard so far. Zeus is spamming his Arc Lightning to get last hits. He's already popping off Clarity. Ember Spirit's a pretty passive mid laner unless you're going for the mid room, simply because his Q is ineffective when there are creeps around. However, when he is going for that room, he's completely on his own. That Flame Guard, however, makes it very difficult for Zeus to burst him down. Very surprised it doesn't disable the Clarity. And over on the offlane, we have Gats operating in the zone. Very sloppy play from the support players there. Neither of them seem to be effectively zoning him out. He's reaching a lot of free XP. As well as with the offlane changes to the creep equilibrium, it's much easier now for the Windrunner offlane to get that level 2 to pick up that power shot to be able to hit creeps in last range, as well as using that Windrunner level 1 to escape ganks in need be. And it seems like Crystal Maiden doing a bit of pulling there. Oh, never mind. The Mud Golems decided no, not really worth it. Creeps go back to the lane. Shadow Demon sitting there babysitting the Razor. Slark is sitting off in the back end. It's a bit interesting because one of the things that you always can do is use that pounce to position himself in the trees so that way you're completely invisible and leech as much AFP as possible without either of them noticing. He seems, however, just be content simply waiting the lane. I guess with pounce he's able to escape ganks. Since that Frostbite and Disruption don't have enough of a range to grab him before you jump out. Oh, looks like there's a rune chase going on.
Ember strength now rekindled.
Ember Spirit picks up a regeneration rune, instantly cancelled by an Arc Lightning from Zeus. Looks like Ember Spirit's having a tough time in lane, being bullied out as far as last hits go. Luna leading the board with 12 last hits and 1 deny. Razor with 9 for 6. Ember Spirit with 6 for 0. He's really being harassed out hard by that Zeus. It looks like he's maxing Flame Guard first, although getting 3 points up in the Searing Chains is crucial as it transitions from a 2-second disable to a 3-second disable, as well as going up to 240 damage to nude. Windrunner continuing to stay off from the offlane. Looks like if there's going to be a first blood attempt, it'll most likely be mid, as both the offlanes are playing very defensively, and neither of the support players seem to have enough of an advantage to really be able to get a kill. Zeus diving pretty big. 1 point to Slay the Fist. That looks like a first blood for Killer. Very well played.
First blood.
Bit more smack talk coming out from King Faggy. Seems pretty unimpressed with the Flame Guard. Bit interesting that Killer chose to go for that extra point and Slay the Fist at level 4. A lot of players tend either to completely disregard the Flame Guard and go for early Slated Fist with 3 points up in the Searing Chain, or otherwise to go for 3 points up in Searing Chain with the max of Flame Guard. One of the benefits of having an early point in Slated Fist is it does save you on the ult charges, as you can use Slated Fist and pop your Q right while you're attacking them. If you have the reflexes to pull it off, it means that you don't have to ult in range to get the chain off. That means you could use it to escape, to destroy, or simply to reposition yourself around the map. Dumblebee sitting there for 17 for 7. Excellent amount of denies coming up from him. Not too sure what item he'll be looking to go for. He might be going for the fast mech up on the Razor, as it appears that the supports will not be getting enough farm to pick up a mech anytime soon. Gat's getting very low there. Good use of the Windrun to escape ganks. The issue with Lich and Dazzle as tri-lane supports is there's a lack of hard CC. There's no real way to kill the Windrunner, as she can simply Windrun out, rendering most of the damage obsolete. However, there is a strong burst combo coming up from Frostblast and the Lucent Beam. The Windrunner does have very low HP, particularly from offlaner, relies heavily on her high range and high mobility to escape ganks. That ward playstyle by Slark means that the Crystal Maiden is never able to get in range to get that Frostbite off, or the Shadow Demons go off with the Disrupt. However, even if they do manage to get the Disrupt off, since Frostbite is not a hard CC, Slark will be able to pounce out. Pounces there, disjoint the static link. Razor's unable to steal any damage off that. However, with Pounce on cooldown, he is now vulnerable for a gank. Looks like he's going for the pretty standard build, maxing out that static link for the damage. Picks up a fast treads. Killer seems to be going for phase boots. He's got that level 6 now, so this makes him very dangerous. One of the handy tricks with Ember Spirit is when right as you have to TP back to base, you simply drop a Revenant. Once you heal, zip back in lane. Pretty passive game going on so far. So looks like Killer drops a Fire Remnant over by the ward, gives a small amount of vision, so he's able to use that to check the runes, and if it does happen from top, is zip there in a jiffy. Good rotation coming in now from the two support players of HoR TMM and Apocalypse. Looks like we'll have to rely on the Shadow Demon leading with the Disrupt, followed by the Crystal Nova and the Frostbite. With that Flame Guard up, Ember Spirit is able to tank one of the Lightning Bolts before going down, although he's unable to dive the tower, getting very low now. Excellent Searing Chains. Following up that Slate of Fist, and turns out the support rotation's unnecessary. Zeus
Dire's middle tower is all alone in the world.
beats the Ember Spirit. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Windrunner driven out of lane again by the continuing
Dire's
damage
middle
from
tower is under
and Lucent
attack.
Beam.
It has no arms to defend itself.
So he's not able to get too much done there, but is able to leech EXP, so he's getting his job done. Really surprised that the Luna isn't going for any farming items. You'd expect either a Hand of Midas or maybe even a Helm of Hand of Midas or either a Helm of the Dominator to go for that last farm. Razor now leading the CS board, tied with Luna but with more denies. Not too sure what his first item will look to be. Slark in a very precarious position right now. He has not hit that level 6, he does not have that get out of jail free card. Maxing out the Pounce with 1 point in that Essence Shift. Ultimately he'll be looking to get maybe something like Treads into Drums and fast cheap mid-game items to give him a bit more oomph. He's got that Dark Pack now, so he's sitting there leeching XP. Oh, good rotation coming in from that Lich. Killer might have committed there. If Zeus is able to get a bolt off that, oh, now he gets fogged the last second. Killer escapes death. Lives for another day, Lich decides to eat a creep and run off. Here we see King Killer dropping a fire remnant right as he's about to head back to base. That means that he's able to sit back in the mid lane without wasting a TP. Efficient usage of his remnants. A bit more smoke coming out. Two support players, haven't seen really much done from them. We see Crystal Maiden now, she's cleared out the jungle, she's been using her Frostbite to farm, it's one of the reasons why she's been picked up so much now. Shadow Demon hanging off in the top lane, maybe looking to get a kill off on the Luna, but however with the Dazzle there with the Shadow Grave. Very unlikely, it seems. It's quite surprising, he's gone 2 points into the Shadow Grave. Usually you only want to go for the one. Ooh! Great rotation there from the mid player, has to use the ult but gets the kill on Razor. And meanwhile in the middle lane, Ember Spirit gets an easy kill on the Lich. Looks like he used the ult to initiate,
Dire's
hold him
middle
chains,
tower
hit him
is
with
under
the
attack.
fist, and just beat him down. Raw amount of damage coming out from Ember Spirit early on, enables him to get very fast rapid kills, and then to get the fuck out before any of the supports can rotate.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Shadow Demon face squaring off alone, might be in danger of a gank. Zeus is rotating in, Slack is hanging around the side. We have Dumblebee coming in from the side as well. That area is still warded, there's a lack of D-wards coming up from both support players on the Radiant side. Zeus so far, just with Bottle, Magic Stick and Boots, will most likely be looking to go for perhaps a fast, either a Yule Scepter or a fast 4-star to get himself out of these situations, especially when the Ember Spirit jumps on him. Crystal Maiden hanging around the mid side looking for a gank attempt on the Lich. Lich is completely exposed right now. One of the huge disadvantages of Lich is he's unable to shut down pushes, and due to his lack of stun, if he's dove upon, unless he uses his ult, which he may or may not have, there isn't really all too much he can do. So outside of his extremely strong lane dominance, he offers very little in regards to CC, and that's one of the reasons why he's a bit of a situational pick. You have to choose either someone like a Void who could lock the entire team down with the Chronosphere, or you need someone like a Darkseer to perhaps vacuum them in to make sure they can maximize his teamfight potential, while minimizing his lack of gank presence. Unlike many other supports, Lich doesn't really have not much of a strong roam capability, he just has that one nuke, that Frostbite. And while it is high damage, there isn't too much going on. Dumblebee is caught up there by the pounce, he may go down to the Slark. Slark uses that Dark Pack to survive. Ooh. Dumblebee will be able to escape, jukes out the pounce, and that might be another kill. Crystal Maiden's coming around, she has Frostbite. She's got Magic Horn charges to follow up the Frost Blast if she needs to. And that's 2 for 2. 2 for 1, sorry. Meanwhile, the top lane, Gats narrowly escapes death. Eclipse still has not gone down yet, and a lack of Poison Touch from the Devil may prove to be a bit of a disadvantage, especially in ganking that Windrunner. After all, once the Windrunner is down, she is essentially dead if she's called out of position. Using that power shot to clear out the wave, Windrunner is able to maintain the top tower. Another excellent kill there from the Ember Spirit. Ooh, good disruption going in. This is a free kill in the middle lane. Searing Chains, followed by Flame Guard damage, and that's another kill for King Killer. Radiant team after a great start here. Let's have a look at the golden EXP drop. Over in the EXP, 1,500 EXP lead. In regards to gold, we have over 1,500, so equivalent of maybe 1 tower. Demonic Purge used a little bit hasty there, especially with the rotation coming in from Lich, who does not have his ult. King Killer going balls deep, gets Lich with the Searing Chains, later fist to the Slark. Slark does not have his ult, excellent ult there by the Crystal Maiden, catches up the Slark and finishes him off. No escape for you, and that looks like a free mid tower. Meanwhile, the top lane, Gats is able to hold his own.
Even have arms to defend itself.
A lot of CS from the Rock player, doing much better than the Slark. 8 more CS than him now. Unsure what item he'll be going for.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Run, little bottom tower, run.
Ring of Aquila picked up, and Treads.
Dire's structures are fortified. That's what
Not
that
sure
would
if
be
if the Razor will be going for Mechanism or if he'll be going for a fast PK. Shallow Grave used way too early there. Dumblebee comes in with a follow-up. Frost Blast used on Razor, but you should be able to make it for something now. Lich caught out of position, hit by the Frost Blast. Slark is moving in. Crystal Maiden might be in a bit of trouble if he's able to land a pounce, but it looks like Slark isn't able to get in range in time. He can dive with that Dark Pack, he misses. Frostbite, he's forced to waste a Dark Pack for no good reason. Good play there by the Crystal Maiden. King Killer is able to bottle up, throws out a Remnant, and that looks like a free kill on the Lich. Flame Guard absorbs most of the cross blast damage. Ooh, King Killer now caught out of position without his ult to escape.
About time.
This could be dicey. Drum charge popped off there. Luna moves in. There are two heroes now caught out of position. Eclipse now will spell absolute doom. Crystal Maiden's sacrificial lamp. Shackle there does not land. Ooh, good
Dire's middle tower
plasma
is
field
under
clips
attack.
them, but doesn't really
It has
do
no
too much
arms to
damage.
defend itself.
Looks like we're grouping up now for a fight at mid. With Crystal Maiden down, Dire side currently have the advantage. They have the Chain Frost. Eclipse is up, but she does not have enough mana, and Lich is backing off. Dazzle has his Weave available, although against a predominantly magic damage team at this point, not an awful lot it will do, although it will help the Luna deal a bit more damage. Gats is hanging off on the side looking to perhaps get a shackle off. He's able to get a 1 or maybe even 2-man shackle. Can buy enough time for Ember Spirit to zip in, do his thing. Tommy looks like he's going for a fast Yasha.
The poison will disrupt.
Looks like he's going for the carry item, so that means that looks like no one's going for a mech so far. Usually you would think the Windrunner would either be building forward to 4-star for a mech, but she just has the phase boots up. Looks like they're expecting Razor just to serve as their source of physical DPS. Ember Spirit has picked up phase and drums. This is an excellent combo in the Ember Spirit, particularly since without the drums, Arcane Boost is usually recommended, as he does not have enough mana to stand farm. Ooh! Searing Chains there forces the use of the Eclipse. Most of the Eclipse is wasted, either on the Flame Guard or disjointed. Shadow Demon's caught out of position and quickly picked off. That use of the Flame Remnant to zip back into the fountain prevents his death. That's a pretty top tower, but it looks like they might lose their mid if they do not rotate. Double damage rune picked
The
up
Radiant
on
should really do
Zeus.
something about that middle tower.
Over on the Dire side, Zeus still doesn't have an awful lot of farm. All he has is the bottle, boots, and
Radiant's
one.
middle
Exact same
tower is
items he
under
had for
attack.
about 5-10 minutes
That's
now.
not gonna hold.
Slack has picked up a 4-man shield and shreds, but other than that, he's feeling pretty poor. He does have a maxed out Dark Pact, and that couple of pounce is going to hurt, particularly on the Crystal Maiden and on the Shadow Demon. Neither of them can really do much against the Slack. Luna seems to have gone for a bit of an old school build. She's gone for an early drum, and it looks like she's building towards a BKB. Drum is a bit of a greedy pickup now, especially with the increasing cost. Throws out a Blind Remnant, uses it to zip in. Zeus is caught way out of position. Zip on the approach, throw it out. Followed up by the Soul Catcher, and that's an easy kill. Meanwhile, Tommy is going balls deep against the entire team. Ooh, killed off by the Pounce. Bit of an unfortunate trade. Gets the Dazzle in exchange for a Slack. Slack wastes his Dark Pact, although he's hit by Searing Chain. Early that duration goes down. Crystal Maiden is chasing, she looks like she wants blood. And between her and the Shadow Demon, ooh no. Bit of miscommunication there. Could have gone for the ult to pick him off. Kin Killer's still out, having a look around. Nobody around. Decides to back off. They could go for a push on the bottom tower. Luna's back way the hell out, going back to the top lane, decides she needs her BKB before she could fight. Has 1 point up in the glaives now, so she's looking to start jungling soon. With Luna left unopposed in the top lane, that could be a
Dire's
free
bottom
tower.
tower is under attack.
Zeus has picked up the Arcane Boots, so he's deciding to maintain his mana pool. Slark looks like he's going for a Shadow Blade, which is a bit of a controversial item choice, especially with the nerf to cooldown. Over at the bottom lane, we have 3 people from the Dire side defending the tower. Rotation coming up as they move to get a kill off of the Luna. Bottom tower is denied by Zeus. Oh, Tommy's got a full length static link off. He's now hitting around 200 damage per hit. Decides not to dive into Luna, but King Killer follows up with the Flame Remnant and kills her before she could really do anything. Great play from King Killer there, utilizing the high mobility that his ultimate gives him. 3 players from the Dire side, massing over in the bottom lane. We've got Gats over there to hold, along with Rafiki. In between Power Shot and Frost Nova, they might be able to kill off the wave, but if they do get dove upon, there isn't a whole lot either of them can do on their own, unless the TP support comes in. Slarkin going in for a ball. Ooh, bit of a costly misplay. Misses the pounce, gets hit by the shackle. This might be death for him. Tanking the tower out, forced to pop the Dark Pact early. Chain Frost is wasted. Oh, and Tommy goes down once again to the Slark. Really become a bit of a situation. They have not seen too many defensive disruption. That Shallow Grave ensures that Slark will be able to live to see another day, unless... Oh, excellent power shot. Zeus gets another kill. Ult wasted on the hasted Zeus, but King Killer's there to follow up damage. follow up with Phantom Touch Blast, and Flame Fist goes in for the kill. Dazzle's now called out without Poison Touch, without Shadow Grave. It looks like another kill. King Killer pops the drum charge to show the kill, and away we go. Lich is moving in now for blood, but with the Flame Guard and the high mobility, oh, he might actually go down to the tower. That's a bit embarrassing. So he just feeds his godlike streak. 1,192 gold to the dire side. In terms of the gold leads, now it's starting to dip. It's still 5,000 lead for the Radiant side. 3,000 EXP lead. Excellent shackle there on the Lich. Frostbite to follow up, followed by the Frost Nova. Crystal Maiden's called out by the Pounce, and it looks like she's not going anywhere. Bit of miscommunication there. Gats looked to back off the instant he got that shackle and realized that Slug was TPing in. And on the top lane, that looks like a free tower for the Luna, unless someone's had to move 9.
That means you can't hurt him right now.
Unable to get the last hit, but Luna is very close to her BKB. That's when the dire side reaches that Death Ball power, where they're able to rely on Luna's BKB and her ult to just pile through the magic heavy Radiant side. Tommy wisely backs off, dodges another pounce from the Slug. The Slug has not been landing many of his mentoring pounces. Pops an early Dark Pack, uses it for a bit of harassment damage. Soul Catcher and Disruption combo by Shadow Demon, but he's instantly killed. Oh, great Slay the Fist of the Q combo. Most of Eclipse is wasted on the creeps on the Flame Guard. Very costly ult. Saved by the Shallow Grave. This might be a bit of a tricky character for the inside. Luna is going to get picked off by King Killer. Slay the Fist. Meanwhile, in the middle lane gets another pick off, but King Killer called out completely on his own. Doesn't look like he's going to get much done. Forced to back away. If Slug's able to land that pounce, that might result in another kill. Not too much she could do though.
About time.
All those kills killing Slug means that he now has finished his Shadow Blade. That's an excellent pickup on Slug if it is situational. The reason why is you can activate your Shadow Blade, walk up to someone, hit them, pounce immediately, and then burst them down. However, the drawback is with the increase in cooldown to both Shadow Pack and the Shadow Blade, you can no longer use either one to escape. You have to either use the fight or to escape. Chain Frost used to secure the kill on the Gats. Tommy moves in for the kill.
The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better days.
Shallow Grave really working dividends, particularly the Slug was able to Dark Pack out. Bit of a wasted off by the Crystal Maiden, not too much she can do, seems a bit of a fuck you move. Luna, you popped a drum, Lucent Beam. Shadow Demon's away in hand, throws out a few cheeky Shadow Poisons. Looks like a BKB up now on the Luna. Oh no, she's just shy of the recipe, that death really has her. Excellent! Searing Chains, followed by the Slay the Fist.
Always the weakest tower.
King Killer working his way towards a Desolator, that really does a lot of work, particularly... Oh, the Shadow Blade making work there. Defensive Disruption. Followed by Defensive Remnant. We haven't been seeing all too many Defensive Disruption from the Shadow Demon, which is real pity. That's one of the major reasons why he's picked. That ability to remove the hero that's been initiated on out of the fight for 2.5 seconds can usually mean the difference between life or death. Much like the Shallow Grave. Really handy way to help out one of your teammates that happen to be called out of position. King Killer, the issue with not going for the Arcane Boots is it limits the ult to either an offensive or defensive usage. Ooh, looks like there's a fight going on. Just face tanks the entire team, runs right up, does not give a single fight. Dumble goes down once again to the Slug. That weave is really working dividends, particularly with the Essence shift, more armor going down. Crystal Maiden caught way out of position. Decides to feed another kill. Not too much she could do there. Pops an uncharge and dies in Dark Pack. Really not too sure what's happening with the Radiant side. They seem to be throwing away their early advantage. Gats in the top lane. Looks like he's going for that 4-star. Hasn't now. Looks like the Shadow Demon's going towards the Mechanism. Almost has that finished. Crystal Maiden has to earn the Tranquil Boots. Tommy looks like he could either be going towards an SMY or a BKB, preferably a BKB given the fact that between Zeus, Lich and Luna there is an awful lot of magic damage coming out. As well as about 580 magic damage coming out from Slug with his Dark Pack Pounce combination. And it looks like King Killer is just a bit shy of his Desolator. Once he picks that up, that will drastically increase their teamfight presence. However, right now their issue doesn't seem to be damage, and more about staying alive. Ooh, good pick off there from Slug. Disruption, and oh, in between the Shadow Purge, he's forced to blow his Dark Pack to get away. Could have ended a lot worse. But in the end, having those two defensive items saves the day. Very surprised by the lack of sentry wards. There are an awful lot of wards positioned, particularly the dire side seems to have warded off both top and bottom room wards. Seems a bit of a waste, you usually want to cover one or the other. Not too many offensive wards, neither team seems to be stacking ancients, warding ancients, or doing anything to do with the ancients. One defensive ward placed there by the Radiant side, providing vision of the room, and it seems the Radiant did the exact same mistake of placing two wards on both sides of top and bottom to cover the rune areas. Not too sure if there's a bit of miscommunication there. Offensive ward placed deep into the dire jungle. This gives position on if they're moving between the hard cap and medium cap, between those three.
Very cool of you.
King Killer caught a little bit out of position, but with that Flame Remnant is able to jump out if things get tough. He's got that Desolator now. Really need to get a pick off, particularly on the Slark. He's starting to snowball out of control. Looks like he's going for that BKB. Slark with BKB, Shadow Blade, and Dark Pack is one tricky son of a bitch to kill, especially with that Shallow Grave. That could prove to be extremely detrimental in these long fights, coupled with the Essence Shift and the Weave. Not really too sure what Radiant side's up to at the moment. Ooh, Slark looks like he's caught out of position. He has Shadow Blade coming up in 2 seconds, so he's able to use that to escape. Zeus throws out his ult just to do a bit of damage. Slark starts to turn around and says, fuck it, I have Dark Packs. Come at me. Chain Frost thrown out. Ooh, unfortunate clump. King Killer zips back into the ult, bouncing it off him, and onto the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon isn't able to do anything. King Killer's forced to withdraw. Gat's hanging out in the background. Isn't an awful lot he could do, particularly against that Slark. Slark has lost almost all his damage to Static Link, but the fact that he's able to lock him in place with that pounce, followed by the Dark Pack, makes him very dangerous indeed. Gat's not too sure what he was doing there with that 4-star, but looks like he's going to make it out. Not much they can do there. King Killer gets a good turnaround kill on the Zeus. Not really too sure what's happened there, but I can imagine Slate of Fist coupled with Searing Chain leads to a very dead Zeus. Slark is now roaming around the map. One of the advantages of Slark that isn't really mentioned all too often is the fact that he is able to help at de-warding for the sports players, simply because he's aware whenever anyone has vision of him. So through that Shadow Dance, he can serve as a potent intelligence tool. We'll see if perhaps the dire side look to pick up a gem, maybe to help further their domination of the map right now. We've got 2 fresh wards placed down by Rafiki, one over a defensive ward covering the rune and both entry points, and another placed at the middle of the jungle to make sure that no one can farm their jungle or enter it without being seen. Dazzle places another ward over by the bottom rune spot. There's an illusion room that's been sitting there for the past 3 minutes. No one seems to have really noticed or cared. It's only an illusion room. Looks like Crystal Main's going to go pick that up right now. No, she turns around. Ooh, Shackle Shot comes in, misses and hits the creep. Luna pops the ult and the BKB, and that turns into a very fast turnaround. Looks like a 1-for-1 so far. Dazzle in exchange for a Shadow Demon. However, that's that 10-second BKB gone. Ooh, and the follow-up damage from Zeus means that he was already at half HP. Crystal Maiden runs into the fight a little bit too late, gets picked up by the Zeus. Not too sure what's happening here. Horseman and Apocalypse seem to be picking these really scrappy fights and going in one by one getting picked off. They need to rely on the initiation power that comes in from the Ember Spirit, or perhaps from the Windrunner getting a Shackle Shot off with the 4-star, and then moving to secure their advantage. At the moment, they're sort of throwing themselves over at the dire side. One of the huge advantages that the dire side have is the magic power combination that comes out from Eclipse, Thunder God's Wrath, as well as Chain Frost. That means that in large fights they will be torn apart. However, if they do come in one at a time, Eclipse and Arc Lightning, as well as this Bolt from Zeus, means that they're either forced to buy a BKB or to fight as this large group, which Lich discourages. Luna's now looks to be going for that Manta. Excellent sieging item. BKB picked up on Slark, Mechanism up on the Dazzle, 4-star up on the Lich. And Zeus looks like he is going for that Yule Scepter. The gold lead is now switched in favor of the dire side, 5,000 and climbing. As far as EXP goes, a 7,500 lead. Not too sure what's happening here for the Radiant side. The last few fights have really not gone their way. Over 200 CS now on the Luna compared to only 100 on the Razor. Being forced into these early skirmishes really has not helped, not that much. Coupled with the fact that he's been dying a lot for the start. Looks like he's gone and picked up the S&Y, an excellent item for mid-game damage and stats. However, right now what he's dying to mostly is the CC that comes up from the slash counts as well as the magic damage combination. King Killer zips out, ooh, zips out a bit too early, but wastes another remnant and they will make it out. Good turnaround with the Slater Fist, do a bit more damage, but unfortunately there isn't too much to do. Slark now pops his BKB, that looks like a free triple kill coming out. Chain Frost bounces back and forth between Dumblebee and Gats. Dumblebee's picked off. Gats unable to do anything with that power shot on the BKB Slark. Shackle looks like it's off cooldown. And this might look like high ground. Bit more snap call coming out from the Luna. Isn't an awful lot the three support players on the Radiant side could do. Windrunner can delay with the power shot, and I guess with the Frostblast and the Shadow Poison they can at least stop the wave. But if they decide to go high ground, there's an awful lot they can do. Zeus actually is right on top of their baseline. Does not give a single fuck. Luna's popped in that stuff. Gonna use the illusions as well as herself to siege down mid lane. Crystal Maiden moves in for that Nova.
Radiant's middle tower is normal.
Not an awful lot the Radiant team can do at this moment.
Radiant's middle
Even if
barracks
King
are
Killer's
under attack.
respawn, it looks like a
They
free
should
mid
retreat.
tracks. Bit more smack
Wait,
going
they don't
on.
have it. Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
Dire side wisely decides to retreat following the respawn of the Ember Spirit. One of the reasons why Ember Spirit's become such a dangerous hero, especially in the competitive scene, is the fact that no one really has played against him enough times to understand that he does have a huge initiation range. His ult can allow you to TP into a fight, zip in, zip out, kill everything that gets in the way. Currently the gold graph is leading even further, now over at 10,000. Not too sure if the Radiant team can bounce back from this, especially with the poor item choices. The lack of an early mech, as well as the S&Y as opposed to a BKB, really has hurt the Razor. While King Killer did extremely well in the early game, he has started to taper off. Without a BKB, there isn't an awful lot you can do in that fight. One of the drawbacks of Ember Spirit is the fact that he has very low armor, especially coupled with the weave. Looks like a 5-man smoke coming in. Looking hopefully to get a good pick off. We've got the Dazzle in the mid lane, all off in his lonesome. Zeus with the double damage room, and Slark. Looks like they might be scouting out for a shot. Good play there from King Killer, separates the fight, goes on to Zeus. Zeus is able to pop his Yule, so he's able to live a little bit longer. But ultimately he goes down. Meanwhile, the back line, Slark is able to go to town on the three support players, the Radiant side. But with his BKB and his Shadow Dance down, he finally goes down, giving Dumblebee a much needed 1,000 gold. Excellent Slater Fist into Staring Chain combo. Ult 2 in place. He's able to throw out a Remnant, maintain damage. Chain Cross bounces through. Unfortunate bounce there. That kills both Crystal Maiden and the Ember Spirit. Eclipse coupled with BKB means that Luna is nigh invincible. Gats is forced to tuck his tails and run like hell. Shadow Demon forced to TP out. Not an awful lot I could do there. Let's see if Luna
Radiant's
can
middle
this one
barracks are
out.
under attack.
And she's on free. Not an awful lot Luna can do there. Really costly fight for both
Radiant's
sides.
middle barracks
On
have
the
been
up
overrun.
hand, they did get 4 for 3. However, on the other, Luna is starting to tear through them. There isn't an awful lot they can do against her. In between the BKB, her high HP pool now at 1.9k roughly. And with 20 armor, there isn't a lot of damage they can do to kill her quickly. So they're forced kind of into this damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. They can either choose to focus on the Slark or the Zeus, who are able to disrupt the backline, kill the supports, and therefore ignore the Luna, or they could focus on the Luna and have Slark and Zeus tear them to pieces as she sits there and simply tanks everything.
The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better
Razor
days.
picks up a drum. I'm really not too sure about this item pickup. If he got it about 10 minutes earlier, maybe with a phase drum into an S&Y, goes for the early mid-game build, would make a lot of sense, but right now he really needs either a BKB or Blade Nails. Some kind of immediate damage or deterrent to make sure he's able to stay alive and do more damage, because he's really being picked off by the sheer amount of magic damage they're able to throw out. King Killer decides to go on the hunt. Luna is caught way out of position there, although she can BKB and TP out. Besides he's dead, fuck that, I'm gonna go farm. Mask of Madness picked up by Slark. This is a very cocky Slark. Not too sure how this will work out for him. I guess in between Shadow Dance and the BKB does make him a bit of a slippery target, and I guess it does mean he'll be able to kill the backline faster. Dazzle moving up on his own, places a ward. Decides to poke his head out into the jungle. Razor wisely backs off. Still not very farmed though. Oh, however, in terms of CS, ooh, good pounce there from Slark, followed up by the Zeus ult. It looks like they're diving a little bit too far. King Killer's able to zip out using the Flame Remnant. Crystal Maiden on the other hand is completely called out of position. Shadow Demon self-disrupts, only delays his death. Really not too sure what happened there for the Radiant side. They had an opportunity to escape. Gats decides to throw a power shot and back off with the Eclipse and the Lucent Beam. Looks like, oh no, she does evade death. Nice jukes there from King Killer. Dumbledore able to get a good static link off, but caught by that pounce. That pounce has killed him 4 or 5 times this game. There isn't an awful lot you can do about it. Doesn't make safety. Chain Frost, ooh, thrown out. Bit unfortunate. Lucky is Chain Frost over the light. King Killer's talking to the size of the man fight. Decides, no, I can't do this. Zips out. And that looks like game. Radiant cannot bounce back from this. Not against a Luna who would now look for either a Butterfly Satanic. With the way she's going, Butterfly would be preferable. She could pop that Mantle right now, siege down the bottom lane. They could look to just end it right now and go right for Throne.
Radiant's bottom barracks have left the
With
building.
only the Crystal Maiden and the Shadow Demon left, there isn't an awful lot either of them could do. It looks like, yeah, they're going to do just that. King Killer a little bit disappointed. Seems a bit impressed with
Radiant
the
should
Gold
really do
Catcher,
something about
disrupting
that middle
combat.
tower.
Called out by the Lucent Beam, not an awful lot she could do there. One of the funny things about this game is the CS score, 3 out of the top 5 belong to the Radiant side. The Razor, the Windrunner, and the Ember Spirit have vastly more CS than the Dire side. However, it was those early deaths that really killed them. That lack of a mechanism, those scrappy fights where they go one at a time, get picked off by that Slark. That Slark that was shut down very heavily, picking out all those kills on both the support players, really is hurting
Radiant's
the
middle
Radiant
tower
team.
is under attack. That's not gonna
Unnecessary
hold.
pipe pickup by the Lich. I guess if you're ahead, stay ahead. And over on the Golden EXP graph,
Radiant's middle
over
tower is
20,000
under
difference
attack.
for EXP and 15,000 for gold. Really doesn't look like much chance of a comeback. However, more crazier things have happened before, I suppose. Slacks in there with 3.5k. He could look to pick up that
The Radiant
Ukrainian
should really
Basher,
do something about
give him
that
another source of
middle tower.
lockdown that will go through that BKB. Dazzle is now able to pick up a BKB. King Killer really isn't going to have a very fun game from this point on. There already is only so much you could do. Without any form of lockdown, it's now just result just hit them and hope to God they die. Lack of vision on the Radiant side. Currently, the few wards they do have are too defensive to really give them much of an advantage. The Dire side have 2 wards set up in their jungle, 3 wards covering off all entry points, making sure that the Radiant cannot farm their own jungle. Looks like they're going for a Roshan kill right now. Looks like Smart's designed to solo it. With that Frost Armor and Mask of Madness, there isn't much Roshan can do. The rest of the team's coming in to back him up, Dazzle's coming around. Meanwhile, we've got Zeus sitting around. That Yule's pick really did save him. Delays the amount of time it takes to kill him, gives him a few more seconds to cast off more spells. He's now picked up a Veil of Discord, further increasing his magic damage. Looks like Lich is going for an Aghanim Scepter. Please do not do this in pub game, folks. It does not increase the damage by all that much. You might as well build a Dagon. And Cranium Basher going towards Flare-Ups and Abyssal Blade should the game go on long enough.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Luna decided to hold on to her gold. She's about 1k off from that Butterfly that she can pick up at any point. Not holding a TP at the moment out of drum charges, so there isn't an awful lot she could do to help out the team. Sitting there deciding to farm the jungle. Shadow Demon picking up some much needed farm, using a Shadow Poison to farm. Hasn't really shown much item progression since that 15-minute mark. Ever since he's finished his mech, all he's really built is out of cane boots. Doesn't seem to be working out too great for him. That lack of early rotations, particularly on the top lane. Ooh, and there was another pounce into BKB. He's able to pop that Shadow Dance. Finally going to off. Chain Frost, the two are running together. Dumbledore splits in time, but then gets picked off. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Slark is simply able to run away. Missed pounce there from that Slark. Ember Spirit turns around, decides, fuck it, why not? Decides to use that Flame Guard to jump out. Ult by Crystal Maiden instantly cancelled. Not an awful lot she could do there. Spider Fist picks off the Slark, but with that Aegis he's right back. Meanwhile, in the top, oh, never mind, Luna decides, screw towers and then go kill people. Pops the BKB, not too sure what for, pops the ult, decides to dive the Ember Spirit.
Really do something about that middle tower.
Ember Spirit zips out, Shallow Grave is popped, and now it looks like it's going to farm. Not much we can do. Use the Slate of Fist to destroy that last attack as well as turn around and get that kill. Slark finally lands a pounce. Goes down to the pounce.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack. We'll see how radiant they'll be with a dead Ancient.
And a few parting lines from the Luna.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Don't waste time hitting them.
In terms of net worth, we see moving away at double the net worth of the Ember Spirit. That lack of gold is really crippling the other 4 players of the Radiant side. Those early tower kills they gave away, those few team fights they threw as a result of that chain cross coupled with that sneak count, able to get a few kills. Really not working out too well, but we'll see what they can do. I mean, it's early days, it's about
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
Season 1 begins.
We'll see how radiant
So
they'll be
we'll see
with
how
a
the
dead
Horseman and
Ancient.
Hotflips go. Alrighty, well after that demoralizing defeat,
Oh, that's not good for the Radiant.
we'll see what the Radiant team decides to do. Bit of grammatically incorrect smack talk coming on from the Luna. The Radiant team deciding that, no, we won't let the creeps end this. They're gonna stick it out, folks. Looks like one of the crucial errors the Radiant team made, particularly in the early game, is the lack of kills. The supports that weren't able to secure a kill on Slark, which is understandable given the fact that he has Pounce, so in between Destruction and Frostbite, there's no way they could lock him down long to kill him. However, recognizing this, they should have moved in the middle lane and started pressuring Zeus. One of the biggest weaknesses of Zeus is the fact that he has no escape mechs, no mobility spells, and nowhere to protect himself from the game other than turning around and bolting someone in the face. With the Searing Chains, or perhaps follow-up Disruption, followed up by Searing Chains and the Frostbite, that would have been an easy kill on Zeus. They could even chosen to dive him with 3 players, but the lack of rotations followed by the lack of stacking and pulling really meant that the Razor wasn't able to achieve much. While the Ember Spirit was able to dominate the early mid-game, the lack of farm on the carry, the Razor, as well as that lack of the early connect really did hurt them in those first fights. And meant that the Luna was able to get free farm uncontested. While Gax did an excellent job in the offlane in not feeding a single kill and able to get a decent amount of farm, the fact that he wasn't able to get his core items up in time really affected his ability to participate in fights. I didn't feel like he did an awful lot in those early fights. And Dark Pack makes it very easy to disjoint particularly the Shackle Shot, which is always air cover if you don't see it. And then he's fucking not bad counterpick against the window. Has an ultra kill now, about to go down. Oh, pops the Shadow Blade, jukes out the fountain. And there we go, that's game folks. 39 minutes and 50 seconds. We'll take a quick break and wait up for the next game.